Yo, 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 what up, what up, what up? It's the one, the only, but what do I know? Boxing back at you with my post-fight review with the Gausha, Tszyu fight. My thoughts, listen, where should I even? Okay, well, let's start with the right hand that Gausha landed, okay? Gausha, first and foremost, Tszyu, he's there to be hit with the right hand. He was there to be hit with the right hand all night. His head was on the line. But Gausha landed a very good right hand, dropped Tszyu in the first round. It was a counter right hand. And after he landed it, it's just like, I don't know what happened, but it's almost like dude just, I don't know if he felt something that we didn't really see or what, if he felt some power that he just didn't like, but it was just like after that, Gausha just like, he stopped fighting. He started, it's like Gausha was relying so much on countering. He put himself against the ropes the whole fight, and he was trying to rely on countering with that right hand all night, and it was almost borderline. Like, if you can almost say that he was fighting scared. I almost want to say he was fighting scared, but the only reason why I won't is because I do believe that he was relying so much on that counter right hand. He was relying, because it was landing whenever he would throw it. But the thing is, he had such a tight guard. It's almost like he had such a tight shell. But it was almost like, bro, can you even see like what you're doing? Like, it's almost like he couldn't see. It's like, bro, can you even see what's coming to you and what you have open? Because he was just so tightly guarded, and it just kind of confused me, because it was like, man, I didn't know if he was surviving or if he was just trying to set up for that right hand, because at one point he did throw it like in the later rounds, and it was like I said, whenever he would throw it, he was landing, and you know, he would catch Tim flush, but it would be so far in between, like you almost would think like, damn, is he fighting scared or what? I just didn't like. I felt like Gausha should have done a better job with setting his punches up, rather than just planting himself on the ropes and trying to fire off that counter right hand. Like I said, though it was open, because Tszyu his head is on the line, and Tim has to work on that, because he often squares himself up, and his head is on the line. And listen, from what I know, if you're trying to fight a certain fighter by the name of Jermell Charlo, that's the last place you want your head to be, because Jermell Charlo's right hand ain't gonna be as nice as Gausha's right hand. Trust me on that, bro. So Tim definitely has to work on that, and also not squaring himself up. But overall, you know, it's hard to kind of judge Tim's performance, because it's like, when you have a fighter that's in there that's, for lack of better words, I guess we can say in this situation, almost trying to survive, it's hard to look good against, bro. And I mean, it just really tripped me out, because like I said, like, after he landed that flush right hand, it was a beautiful counter right, dropped Tszyu. He dropped him in the first round. And I'm like, okay. And it was just like, immediately, he just like, it's almost like he was like, oh shit, I wasn't supposed to do that. Well, here we go. Like, it was kind of weird, man. I didn't really like what I saw from Gausha at all, but just relying on the counter. It's only a few fighters that can really just fight off the ropes, and you know, Gausha, he's not really one, like I said. And then, you know, coming into this fight, just being honest, you know, I never thought highly of Gausha. I mean, he's a decent boxer, but he's never. This fight was to show me more on what Tszyu had in store than Gausha. This fight was more about Tszyu. So we wanted to see what Tszyu had against a step up. Now, this was a step up opponent. I think the biggest name that Tszyu's beaten was probably Jeff Horn, and I don't think too many people think highly of Jeff Horn. So this was a step up for Tszyu, but I never thought too highly of Gausha. You know, he's only his biggest fights he's come up short, which was against Erislandy Lara and Erickson Lubin. So I don't think too highly of Gausha, but I was interested to see what Tszyu was gonna do against Terrell Gausha, seeing how Terrell Gausha it was considered a step up fight for Tszyu. Tszyu, well, the things he did, well, he was poised. He definitely was poised and patient. He didn't go crazy in moments. He definitely had Terrell hurt. He landed an overhand right, like I think it was the 5th round, and almost dropped Terrell. I thought it was gonna end right then and there. But Terrell did good with keeping a tight guard. But Tszyu did what he could for what he had to work with. You know, when you're fighting a guy that's not so much trying to commit to beating the opponent, but just looking for a certain shot to land, so it's kind of hard to look good against that type of guy. So Tim did good for what he had to work with, but at the same time, I don't think Tim is ready for Jermell Charlo or Brian Castano. I don't, because he needs to work on getting his head off the line. He also needs to be careful with squaring himself up. But like I said, it was only so much that he could really display, seeing how, you know, Terrell Gausha wasn't really just, you know, and Terrell had moments. So what was it, like, it might have been the 11th round. I think it was the 11th round. Terrell landed a flush right hand and then started throwing combinations. And I'm like, okay, this is what you should have been doing right here, bro. Like, you know, instead of just looking for one punch or playing yourself on the ropes, you know, this is what you should have been doing. But outside of that, man, I just didn't really see much that Tszyu, you know, he put up a good performance, not bad. I'm not gonna sit here and just say he was trash. I think that a fight with him in the winner versus Lubin and Fundora would be a good fight. Lubin being a very, like, man, let me tell y'all something, bro. The 154-pound division is my favorite division, man, because, bro, bro, all these top guys are fighting each other, and it's a beautiful thing, bro, at 154, at super welterweight / junior middleweight, bro. All these fighters are fighting each other, and, bro, it is a beautiful thing. I really enjoy watching 154 pound. I would love to see Tszyu fight the winner of Lubin versus Fundora. Lubin being, man, my favorite fighter at 154 is definitely Jermell Charlo, but Lubin is one that I'm very, very, very interested in seeing. Now, the only thing with Lubin is I think Lubin will be a big threat, but we also know Lubin has a shaky chin. He was hurt against Jason Rosario. He was hurt against Terrell Gausha. He was hurt against, obviously, he didn't get up against his fight with Jermell Charlo. So, you know, Erickson Lubin has a, you know, he has a shaky chin, but I think that Erickson Lubin possesses the most skill outside of Jermell Charlo. I think that Erickson Lubin is an excellent fighter, and I would love, should he get past Fundora, because that's not a fact. Fundora can fight his ass off. He stopped Nathaniel Gallimore, who Erickson Lubin went the distance with. Sebastian Fundora is a hell of a fighter. Very tall dude, is like 6'3", what is he, 6'2", 6'3", something like that. Maybe even 6'4". Tall as hell, but got some crack to him. So I think that he possesses a threat as well. So I would like to see Tszyu fight the winner of those two, maybe before he gets a shot at the winner of Charlo Castano. Now, should he just go ahead and get the winner? I mean, I definitely don't see why they wouldn't fight him. He didn't put on a performance that, to me, would make me think that he could even beat those guys. I think Brian Castano and I think Jermell Charlo both beat Tszyu. I think Brian Castano probably beats him on the scorecard, and I think Jermell stops him with that deadly right hand that he has. Y'all know how Jermell, you know, Jermell not known for his power in the beginning of his career, but when he went to Derrick James, you know, Derrick James had him plant his feet more and, you know, sit down on his punches more. And now we see Jermell's right hand and the damage that it can do. So I definitely, I'm, you know, congratulations. I take my hat off to Tszyu, but nothing in tonight's performance makes me think that he can beat a Jermell Charlo or Brian Castano, but I would definitely love to see him against an Erickson Lubin or Sebastian Fundora. Let me know what you guys think about the fight, man. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, man, support. But that's my thoughts. What do I know?